name is Anthony, and this is Financial Markets, where we give you insights into the financial market world. Welcome back from Smart Means Business with Mr. Joram Paul Sonko there. And of course, we are here now to drive you into the financial market scene and what's happening currently on the financial markets. And of course, remember, you can follow us on Twitter. The hashtag is Financial Markets, or you can actually, use our handle, that is Smart24TV, or you can stream live on YouTube at Smart24TV. That is our channel. Live now on GoTV channel 394, and we will be driving your business. We're located in Kampala, Nile Avenue, plot 42, and we mean business every time we appear on your screens. So this morning, I'm very glad to inform you that we have actually got ourselves information on the stock market. As you all know, we always begin with what's happening on the Ugandan stock market before we go anywhere else. And we will go right into it. This morning, Bank of Baroda, Uganda, by press time, that is at around 10 a.m., Bank of Baroda was trading at 85. And that share price has not changed for some time. And the opening price this morning was 85, and the high and low prices are 85. Not much for Bank of Baroda. British American Tobacco, Uganda, is currently trading at 15,000. And of course, the opening price was 15,000, and the highest and lowest prices are maintained at 15,000. Now, later on today in the show, we will be hosting Mr. Kayemba Isaac, who is a financial analyst from SBG Securities, to talk a little more about the financial results for the year ended 2021. That is for British American Tobacco Uganda, to see whether British American Tobacco is still a profitable company to invest in or not. We will be watching that later on the program. Centum Investment Company, currently trading at 324. If you compare with the share price last week, by close of last week, they were trading at around 325.1, which is a slight drop in share price for Centum Investment Company Limited. Companies in Kenya haven't been doing so good, and later on we are going to see that there is a lot of trouble at the Nairobi Stock Exchange prices as benchmark indicators fall. So we are seeing a steady drop in the benchmark share price for all listed companies in Nairobi, and we'll be looking at that story much more deeply later on the program. But for now, Centum Investment Company is trading at 324.45, and the highest price has been still 324.45, and the lowest 324.45. Cipla Quality Chemicals dropped its share price over the last couple of weeks from 88 through around 80, and right now to exactly 70 shillings or 70 cents. So you can access yourself a share in Cipla at only 70 cents right there. And of course, the highest and lowest prices are still maintained at 70 cents. Important to note, however, we as Ugandans right now have an opportunity to invest in stocks at the convenience of our mobile phones. Yes, that is due to the new, applications that have come up, especially the Zabu, application, where people do not even require data to use, to trade on the stocks. All you have to do is to dial *292# using your MTN Momo Pay. You pay for these stocks and actually get to buy stocks on the stock market here in Uganda, as well as across East Africa, I think Nairobi, Dar es Salaam, and so on. Yes, so Altex is coming up with such a product, and we are glad indeed that people can finally conveniently trade, on the stock market without having to do paperwork or accessing the internet. Using the smallest mobile phone you can access. So don't worry, you can get started on your journey of investing in the stock market with Zabu. Moving on to Development Finance Company of Uganda, that is DFCU Bank, currently trading at 555, and of course the highest and lowest prices are 555, and that has not changed for DFCU Bank for quite a while now. Not much activity going on for DFCU Bank. Moving on to East African Breweries Limited. East African Breweries Limited closed off last week with a share price of about 4,600.17, and this morning is currently trading at 4,590, which is a slight decrease from the close of last week. But the highest and lowest prices are still maintained at 4,590.47. And of course, the opening price this morning, as the market opened at 9 a.m., is 4,590.97. So that's as much as you need to access a share in East African Breweries Limited. This is as well a cross-listed company from Kenya, and these companies have been facing challenges in the recent past, with benchmark prices and falling steadily over the past couple of days. And we'll be looking at that later, trying to rationalize what could be the cause of this fall in share price in all these listed companies from Kenya, cross-listed companies per se. Equity Bank Limited currently is trading at 1,466.51, and of course last week it was trading at 1,469.45. That is also a slight drop in price for Equity Bank Limited. All we can see that the 20 all-share index, that is on the Nairobi Exchange, and the 50 all-share index have all seen a steady decline in, of course, their indexes there. So there are points that are reducing and slightly increasing here and there, and mostly this can be attributed to the weakening of the shilling against the Kenyan shilling against the dollar, as many foreign investors are pulling out their money from these companies in order to run away from the current, weakening shilling. That is the Kenyan shilling. We'll be looking at that later as well. But East African Breweries at the moment, you only need 4,590.97 Uganda shillings to access a share. That is the opening price and the high and low price there for East African Breweries Limited. Moving on to Kenya Commercial Bank, that is KCB, a bank that has been crowned one of the best banks on the East African market, is currently trading at 1,234.53, and of course that is a slight decrease from last week's 1,237.01. So we can see as well KCB has also lost in share price, just like all the cross-listed companies from Nairobi Stock Exchange. And of course the high and low prices have been maintained at 1,234.53, and the opening price this morning at 9 a.m. on the Uganda Stock Exchange is of course 1,234.53. That is Kenya Commercial Bank. That's as much as you need to just access a unit of ownership in the company. Moving on to Kenya Airways. Kenya Airways last week closed off with 124.51, and this week it began with of course 124.26, which is a slight of course decrease as well in share price there for Kenya Airways. And the highest and lowest prices are still 124.26, and of course the opening price this morning is 124.26 on the Uganda Stock Exchange. Moving on to MTN Uganda, currently trading at 190, and that has not changed over the past couple of days, maybe 3 days back. And MTN, as they had their annual general meeting, they declared a dividend. I hope you will be able to access one if you're a shareholder there. And their book closure date was 1st of June. So people who bought shares before 1st June, please make sure you are able to access your dividend of 4.706 that was approved by the company and of course the shareholders during their annual general meeting 2 weeks ago at their headquarters on Ginger Road. So yes, MTN, you can expect your dividends very soon, and the book closure date was 1st June. So right now buying shares will not get you any dividends until further declared, probably in the next annual general meeting. Moving on to National Insurance Corporation, NIC also released its financial results, I think last week, and of course is currently trading at 6.2, and that has been the price since the close of last week, throughout the weekend, and of course through the beginning of the week at 6.2 shillings only. You can access yourself a share in National Insurance Corporation. Moving on to, of course, Nation Media Group, 634.30, a slight drop from 635 at the close of last week. As well, Nation Media Group is a cross-listed company from Kenya, and we are seeing a decline in share price, slight decline in share price there for Nation Media Group. And the high and low prices have been maintained at 634.30, and the opening price this morning is 634.30. That is Nation Media Group for you right there. New Vision Printing and Publishing Company Limited is currently trading at 155 Ugandan shillings, and of course it opened the market this morning with a share price of 155, and the highest and lowest prices are still 155. That is the New Vision Printing and Publishing Company Limited, one of the listed companies, locally listed companies here in Uganda. Stanbic Bank Uganda had a pretty tough week, but at least it tried to maintain its share price at 22, ending last week with about 22.1, now down to 22 Ugandan shillings. And of course, the highest and lowest prices over the past 24 hours are still 22 shillings. And now over the past 24 hours, also we are seeing a transaction that took place of 100 shares, each sold at 22 Uganda shillings. Therefore, of course, Stanbic Bank Uganda. Moving on to Uganda Clays Limited. Of course, Stanbic Bank just briefly had their annual general meeting last Thursday, and I think they will, of course, release and publish their annual results, and we shall also share them with you. That's something to note as well. Moving on to Uganda Clays Limited, currently trading at 20 shillings, only 20, that is 20 Uganda shillings to access a unit of ownership in Uganda Clays. And of course, the high and low prices are still maintained at 20 shillings right there. Mumeme Limited, with the highest turnover on the market, is currently trading at 240, and of course the high and low prices have been maintained at 240. That is Mumeme Uganda Limited, a company well known here for generation, distribution and transmission of electricity, and we are seeing that it is one of the companies that has distinguished itself by always committing to its shareholders a dividend, and this year I think they had a dividend of over 54 shillings per share. Yes, it's a good company to invest in, and we want you at home to start investing. Those were your stock market updates, and just to take note, we shall be, of course, later on the show having Mr. Kayemba Isaac from SBG Securities as we break down the annual results, financial results of British American Tobacco, to see, is British American Tobacco still a profitable company? How was it last year? How much net profit has it made? You know, and all that next in the show. So you don't have to miss out. Keep around. We're going into a short break. When we return, we give you your top stories. Don't go anywhere.